Welcome back, traders. Hope you caught some rest last night because markets roared to new highs today with IWM leading the pack and stocks like QBTS and OKLO keeping the momentum alive. With GDP growth steady at 3.3% in Q2, tomorrow's data could stir the pot. You're tuned into the Stock Market Summary Series. We're going to get into what we're seeing in the charts, but before we do, just remember, none of this is buying or selling advice. It's just market commentary and trading education. And if you're liking these videos, do us a solid and give us a like. We'd really appreciate it. All right, with that said, let's get into it, everyone. So today was quite the session. Markets really rallied pretty broadly, too. And IWM, the small cap index, wow, it just led the charge, closed up, 2.49%, new all-time high?
Yeah, that's big. And, it wasn't just IWM. That momentum, it kind of pulled everything else up. SPY and QQQ, the S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 ETFs, they both hit new all-time highs, too, up almost 0.5% and nearly a full percent, respectively. And even DIA, the Dow, it bounced, added a solid 0.3% right off that support trend line we mentioned last week.
Right, that support held, it feels like a more unified push higher.
Exactly.
And it wasn't just the indexes moving. Some individual names really stood out, like D-Wave Quantum, QBTS. It just kept going, extending that breakout from the weekly bull flag we've been tracking.
That was a clean follow-through.
And OKLO, riding that momentum from the symmetrical triangle breakout we talked about last week, plus Rigetti, RGTI, continuing its move out of that ascending triangle. And look at the volume there. Pretty significant.
Yeah, and seeing these kinds of setups, these high probability technical patterns play out, well, recognizing them is one thing, but really understanding how to trade them, manage the risk, set your targets. That's crucial. It's fundamentally what we focus on teaching in the Grok Trade mentorship, how to actually act on these signals effectively. Okay,
so looking at sectors, the picture was pretty clear today, wasn't it? Tech, XLK just surged, up 1.73%. Big risk-on signal there.
Definitely. And on the other side, you had consumer staples, XLP, lagging quite a bit, dropped 0.87%.
Yeah, that rotation seems pretty evident, moving away from those defensive plays.
And all this strength is playing out against an economic backdrop.
Well, it's interesting. GDP growth is holding steady, 3.3% annual rate for Q2 2025. That's solid.
Right. And we mentioned last week, yesterday's housing data missed slightly, Fed's holding steady. That's still kind of filtering through sentiment.
Exactly. So the big focus now shifts to tomorrow. We've got some really crucial data coming out. We'll be watching personal spending month over month, personal income month over month, and core PCE. That's the big one for inflation watchers, right? The Fed pays close attention to that. Okay, now turning over to crypto. Things are definitely getting interesting there. Bitcoin, it's just marching higher. Another 1% gain today. It's kind of grinding higher. As always, everyone, if you've got a stock you're watching or a question about the markets, drop it in the comments. We might cover it in an upcoming episode. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video and appreciate these market summaries, do us a big favor and hit that like button. It's totally free and helps us out in a big way. And click subscribe too, so you don't miss a beat. You can always subscribe later.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it for Bitcoin, a test of conviction. And you see similar tension in other charts. Look at Ethereum. It's still wound up tight in that big flag formation we've been watching. It's really teetering there. It feels like it's building energy. Well, some kind of release could be significant. Spotting these potential inflection points, understanding the pattern, figuring out how to position yourself, manage risk around it. That's exactly the kind of nuanced skill we work hard on developing in the Grok Trade mentorship. It's not just spotting the pattern. It's knowing what to do. Oh, and metals. Gold took a small hit, down 0.4%, but holding its ground okay. Silver actually bounced back, up about 0.5%. So again, watching these formations, the momentum shifts. These are the details that matter. Honestly, days like today really highlight why understanding these mechanics is so important. Seeing QBTS and OKLO follow through on those setups, watching IWM punch to new highs. It just showcases the edge you get from mastering technical analysis, managing your risk properly, and having that hands-on coaching.
Drop your take on whether this momentum holds or if profit-taking looms, and we'll unpack it all tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you in tomorrow's market summary.